Hey y'all, Robert, Broke Boys Fishing. Just want to show y'all two of my favorite fishing methods and the benefits and pros and cons of both. This here is what I call a pack weight. It's actually listed as a method feeder. A lot of this tackle and stuff, I know people not familiar with carp, they're kind of having a problem understanding what it is and what it's for and everything and what I mean. Okay, this is to pack granular or loose bait onto and have a nice pile of food right here for Mr. Carp. And in this case I have floating and sinking looks like dog food. It's actually pellets, but I'll have all the pack bait on here. This will be stuck to it and you cast all of that out. It's nice. Plus you're chumming. Pretty good guarantee on carp on that one. And another one, y'all see me mention these a lot, these P.V.A. bags. The reason I say this is because they're so versatile. You could also use them if you have dry ingredients, because like I said, water melts them. But inside here is a version, basically a version of that, but it's just actually, I'll show you. These are old leftover weights. Check this out. Old leftover weights. This goes down inside the bag with my rig and hair rig inside the bag. So basically, wherever you cast this, this adds a lot of weight to it too. Wherever you cast this after you poke holes and it sinks, it gives a big cloud of chum. And as it's sinking going down, it leaves a bunch of particles in the water. Brings all kinds of fish to the yard. Those P.V.A. mesh bags are really cheap. Those and these are actually pretty cheap. I've heard of people using a squished out or a folded down drywall screw and using pack bait, but there's two of my favorite methods to fish for carp. You've got the P.V.A. bags with the dry mix with a hook bait inside, which in most of these I'm using rubber corn or something dry ingredients that'll probably float up above it. And the ones with beads on them, this is a good thing too to keep things dry, tackle everything else. The ones with beads on it are actually, they have different, it helps me keep track of ingredients, but these are really great. P.V.A. bags and method feeders. A lot of applications. Just helping y'all get familiar with some of the stuff, man. And for those of y'all that are veterans with it, it's pretty cool. But that way, I like the P.V.A. method most because that way you've got all your rods cleaned up and packed up, and say you're traveling a little car. I'm without a car, having problems with transportation. You put your rod together, pull your line out, tie a bag on, cast it out, you're ready to go. It's simple, easy. Like I said, poke a few holes in those. A method feeder involves a little more. Use a lot of pack baits, a lot of particular stuff, doughs basically, on there, and then you actually have your hook looped out to where it's sticking to that. And Mr. Carp or Buffalo come up and they suck that up. And once that hair rig goes up in there with the hook, them spitting it back out or just the process of doing it drags along there, and that's when it hooks them. It's not easy catching Mr. Carp with that sucker style mouth, but Broke Boys Fishing, I'll teach y'all how to do it. Like and subscribe. Find us on Facebook. Follow us and share your catches. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching.